Good evening and welcome. Thank you very much for joining me. Today's reading is going to be what would they like to happen between the pair of you or between the two of you. You've got three choices. You've got the wooden snowflake for number one, the cake for number two, and for number three you've got the golden pine cone. So if you want to take your choice, and then we'll just get stuck in and see what comes up. Okay, hi everybody, this is my second start. I've had quite a few starts with even the introduction today. So what would they like to happen between the two of you? This person, I've looked at these paths, so I know them a little bit here. Your person's looking for Eight of Wands, excitement, fun, the slight rub between what I guess is a feeling of things that don't come too easy. You've got the opposition here. If you've got opposition in your chart, or you've got opposition with somebody else's in their astrology chart, it gives it that feeling of tension that allows things to develop. It doesn't get boring. There's always that excitement, but in that it can almost feel a little bit too much at times. You need it to be measured. There's a feeling that this relationship is measured because you've got the Page of Cups here, you've got the Page of Cups here, and the King of Cups here. This person knows how to love. When I read this the first time, I was saying that this person probably has a strong family unit where giving and receiving love was very easy or very natural. It's not somebody who has hang-ups or who has issues. It's like somebody where it generally, as much as we all can, they give in a way that is... it builds people up rather than trying to keep themselves because they think that everything's on a limit. Your person is a searcher. You've got the Hermit card here, you've got the Temperance card here, you've got the King of Swords twice. So this has got a mental flavour to it where this person is looking for mental stimulation. With the Eight of Wands, certainly gets that. It's somebody who's looking for it's like a transitionary period to get to somewhere else in their life, and in that they want to be awoken. Is that the correct term? With the opposition here, they want a bit of somebody different in their life to allow them to give them a different perspective. Too many searching cards, too many mental cards here. The King of Swords twice made me think, is your person somebody who lectures or people listen to a lot, or is a teacher or in the forces in some way with the uniform here, or even the feeling of meditating, or a writer. It's just somebody who uses their mind and may be seen for using their mind. Maybe a scientist, or somebody who is quite not dreamy, more factual, more scientific than tarot cards, which aren't seen as scientific, but that type of feeling. Right, what else do they want? Oh gosh, this person is looking to rock the boat. You've got the Queen of Pentacles steady, and you've got that with a Tower next to the Four of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles is there counting the money. There's a nursery rhyme coming on there, isn't there? Queen is in the parlour eating bread and honey. Shut up, Lindsay. So why would you have such a steady card? Everything's smooth, everything's organised. You've got the opposition here where somebody comes into their life that's different from them. You've got here them holding on and it all collapses. And in that, the Nine of Swords, a few tears. So the excitement leads to instability. So why are they looking for that? Because they're having an opposition. I'm thinking with this type of feeling here, you've got an earthy feeling here, which is Taurusy. You've got Uranus and Taurus at the moment with the opposition. So your person could have Taurusy planets. Your person could have Scorpionic planets or whatever square them. But I'm not going with the square, to be honest, because the opposition is looking me in the face. Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius and Virgo tend to be in this pile. But to be honest, Taurus and Scorpio is probably the ones that I would stick with most with the opposition here. So this is what it feels like. It feels like somebody's come in to their life, which will be you, that is able, that's almost mirroring them in some way, but with enough rub to be different, to be intriguing. There's probably some source of exchange already gone between the pair of you with this like communication cards here, where affection is felt and the mind has wandered into fantasy island and it's got exciting. They're daydreaming about you, and with the Eight of Wands, there's probably a sexual feeling here between the pair of you that is probably quite magnetic with the Eight of Wands there. It's fireworks, basically. You know, fireworks, mental fireworks. The wands are physical as well. Physical fireworks follow. But this person does not want it to, I laughed when I said this, and I don't even know why, because I'm childish, to come easy. Why? It's like they're expecting a fight. Oh, no, that's wrong. I suppose what I'm trying to say here, when I read these cards, I'm thinking, I'd love to see this person's chart, because if they've got an opposition at the moment and they're looking for something to be a bit of a explosion, fireworks between the pair of you, you're probably thinking, I'm thinking here, has this person got Uranus square Venus or something, you know, or Uranus opposite Venus anyway, natally in their chart, because your person's going to expect the Tower, going to expect the Nine of Swords with regards to love relationships anyway. So that's what they're looking for. They're expecting some sort of, maybe Pluto as well with this card here. They're expecting things to fall. And they're expecting a lesson with the Hermit and the Temperance card in this connection too. They know it's coming. They're watching it. They're aware what's going. They know they're almost like teetering on the edge of a cliff, waiting to fall off. It's like, really waiting to fall in love. And the World card here is things will have to be removed from this relationship from this situation for the relationship to be cemented or to continue in some way. So I don't know what will have to be removed. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Ooh, the Lovers. I think your person may use sex as a form, this may sound ridiculous, may use sex as a form of, spiritual transformation. I don't know what I mean by that, and it doesn't mean that it has to be, they're aware of it, but there's some connection here that I think is almost, it performs some function inside them. Because there's a feeling here of your person coming outside their comfort zone in this, your person wanting to have sex and seeing sex as part of the transition between being one person to the next. Because of these cards here. And this need to be mentally aware of what feels like attraction combined with love that pulls things to pieces, and the World and the Lovers is like the beginning and the end. Crikey, to be honest, I don't know in this pile. It's very... Can you hear the rain? It's... Okay, I'm not gonna translate too much. I'm just going to talk fast. Here goes. I haven't done this for a while. It always comes out easy when I talk fast. If I think, I stumble. What would they like to happen between you two? They want things to move quickly. They want to cause you some slight heartbreak, to give a rub, to give that feeling of excitement in the relationship. They're not doing maliciously. The Page of Cups here twice is that they have enough love to give you. The King of Cups, this person knows how to love properly, you know, big time. They've got enough inside them to be able to share it, and that will come, I guess, from a reasonably stable upbringing. The Knight of Swords here, this person's looking for mental stimulation first, but sexual stimulation is part and parcel of the whole game. The Hermit card and the Temperance card, this person is on a journey to get from A to B, some transition that they're going to end up a different person at the end of the connection with you. This person feels as if they want to break through a feeling of stability with the Queen of Pentacles here and the Tower card and the Four of Pentacles. They want something that they've built around them to collapse. And with the opposition here, I'm wondering whether they've got Taurus or Scorpio somewhere in their chart, or whether they've got Uranus or Pluto squares to their Venus or something like that, whether they expect love to be a shift. And you've got the Nine of Swords here, that part and parcel of their love nature is some form of pain. This is what their expectations, not what it should be so. And this is where the rub comes, and this is where the opposition comes. So you're coming to their life mirroring them in some way, being very similar in some way, but with enough difference for them to be intrigued, to start bringing out the bits, if they have got squares to Venus or oppositions to Venus in their charts, that think, I'm going to get what I want out of this because it's going to shatter me in some way. So this person is looking for a break, a change, excitement from, well, a break from routine and excitement in their life. But it's got to come with love. It's got to come with general caring. It's not just somebody, a playboy, playgirl looking for a one-night stand. It's somebody that's looking for transformation with regards to who they were before they met you to after they met you. With the World card here and the Lovers card here, the end result has got something to do with it's sexual in nature, to be honest. The World card is sexual in nature because I feel that this is difficult to explain without you thinking that I'm making this up to make it, to bat it down so it's not mean. But this person's goal is sex. But it's not sex for the sake of conquering or I've done, I'm finished, I'm off. It's sex for the sake of experiencing it and coming outside what could be a steady relationship or a period of being bored in relationships or too cemented in them. And it's that whole experience of finding something new, which is opposition and Uranus I'm talking about, could make them feel alive. That's what they're looking for from you, is to make them feel alive. This person's emotional, but clever. They're emotional, but astute enough to realise what is going on here. This isn't somebody who will blindly fall into a relationship that may rock them in some way. They know what's going on and they're not out to hurt you. The King of Cups giving the pages away. It's like everything's an experience that they're prepared. It's almost like you expect to have a Fool card in this, like they're prepared to jump off a cliff. So I hope this feels right. I feel like I need to conclude it, but it's a difficult panel and that's as much as I've got, I would say. It's rocking the boat. They want to feel alive, and the promise of sexual contact what on earth is that? The promise of sexual contact is part and parcel of the whole, the fireworks of it all. It's just very, it's a bright person who still has animal instincts and likes it. We've all got animal instincts, all of us. But this person is enjoying it at the moment. They're enjoying the feeling of attraction towards you, and they want to transform themselves in some way, which probably would be due to a lot of fantasizing, which I guess is about sex, to make a complete shift in their life. So there's probably a lot of daydreaming. So what would they like to happen between the pair of you in real terms rather than just talking about it? They would like to sleep with you. That's a polite term. They would like to, don't take this the wrong way, but for things not to come too easy. This person is looking for a dance and a play. This person is looking for somebody who can talk to them, somebody who can make them laugh, somebody that plays with life too, somebody who's gentle and kind, doesn't use people, somebody who's clever enough to see that even if we don't end up with people, that part of our experience with the people that we meet in our life is part of what we take with us when we're not here. It's that experience and that love that's shared, and that's that excitement. It's all that feeling of feeling alive, which is this card's here, and the really sweet cards here, and the ending cards with the world card here, the Nine of Swords. Even if it's painful, it's like you almost, you have this feeling of two people that put their hands together and bow at each other at the end of it. No, thank you. Oh my gosh, okay, I feel this is a bit clunky, pile number 1, but that is what I've got. Intellect, passion, collapse, love, learning, and learning through a very intimate relationship that they would do it again and again and again, even if they could see the end, even if they could see the Nine of Swords and the Tower card, because this person's ready. They've got some opposition going on in their chart that is giving them something that they always expected when they were born, for a relationship to go in a certain way. They won't know this. And they knew it was coming. They can feel it. It feels right. And they're diving in. And I guess they want to experience it. They want you to come forward and to be tough, light-hearted about it. This isn't one that you can run away crying from. This is one where you've got to be, I suppose, grown up about it and say what you want and what you don't want, so that you can experience each other without guilt or without shame or without feeling that you've been used or abused. It's like, what do you want as well? Because this person wants the truth from you too, to experience this. And if things do fall, then you're both left standing. Said we did that with our eyes open. Okay, pile number 1. Sorry if that's clunky. I don't know what to say. I've been out drinking too much coffee today. Yeah, that's my excuse. I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much. Bye. This has got a feeling, and I don't really know what to say, but the words that are going through my head as I don't know what to say, so you probably think, why am I here? Are to break their string of consciousness. You've got the Ace of Swords here with the Sun here, so I'm thinking enlightenment. There's like a sword cutting it here. And then I'm looking at the South Node and Capricorn. If this person has got a Capricorn South Node, they're looking for, and you've got cards which remind me of kids up here. You've got the Six of Cups, you've got the Sun card, you've got a family card here. This person is looking for you to help them to move towards what I guess is like a Cancerian North Node feeling, and break what is possibly them entrenched in a Capricornian South Node feeling, where there's a drive, there's an ambition there, there's a underlying feeling of that they must achieve, or that they must carry on something or keep something going. But what they're really looking for is somebody to soften them. They're looking for you to somehow, it's like, you know those old etch a sketches you used to get when you were a kid, if you're old like me, and you move them and you have to try and get the line going up and then it goes across, and it's really difficult to bring it back to the same point. They want to come back to a certain point where everything feels like it's balanced. You've got the Three of Wands here. It's like, I don't know, like a transitionary, not a period, it's more like a process inside themselves where it feels unended. It doesn't feel right until something's concluded or some 2 points are pulled together. It's a feeling of desperation is a hard word, but it's the feeling of they're on a journey and there's something that makes them feel incomplete. Three of Wands twice is balance. And the South Node in Capricorn, having the Six of Cups here, it's like this person is looking for comfort. and the Sun card here. I don't know, there's a feeling here that this person is looking for a family with the children, and the Sun card here and the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. They're looking for steadiness, they're looking for comfort with somebody who isn't just, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles here next to the Tower, they're not looking for somebody who's after them just for what they can provide, or whether this person feels that they're successful in some way. They want somebody who is open, honest, kind, considerate, and is emotionally driven to make them feel complete. And they're sort of like holding off. There's a feeling here, what this person would like to happen is they want you to attach them emotionally. There's a really strong feeling here, if they get a sniff, I'm not saying this is just in the pile, honestly, I'm not saying, because I don't know, who's watching. But if they get a sniff that somebody's after them for security, or for this card here, and these are like awakening card here, they'd be off. This isn't somebody who wants people to rely on them. They want somebody to talk to make life exciting, because there's a defensive feeling here and a strong feeling of wanting to feel complete with the threes here. You've got another three here as well. And I don't want to quote De La Soul and show how old I am, but 3 is the magic number. And it really is the magic number. It's, oh, I like that. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that finances shouldn't be playing a part in this, so I don't know whether it falls on your part or whether their part, whether, so let's just say you've met and you are looking to sell a house or to move in together. There's a feeling here that don't pull your house, don't really stay there until you get the exact penny extra that you want for your house or their house. It's like, don't think too much about finances if that applies to your relationship in any way, because you've got the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles with this very sort of clever King of Cups looking this way, and knowing that in order to get the relationship to bind or to connect emotionally, there will be some loss, but in that loss you will get what is more important, and that is balance, which this is going to sound really sort of romantic, some sort of spiritual balance inside the pair of you. It feels like you're coming home with the threes. And I'm not going to interpret that as in like sociable, fantastic, go out drinking, have fun, kick your heels up. It's got more than that because of the 3 threes. It's the magic number. It's a feeling inside myself that feels like there's an ease that takes your energy out of your chest and just settles it. That sort of feeling when you take Valium. I've never taken Valium, but I can imagine it's a smoothing out feeling. Why the 8 here is the one I'm ignoring. Why the 8? Children, comfort, time spent together, love, genuine affection, building a family, becoming a couple, becoming a unit is what they're after from you. But definitely not centered on them playing the, whether they're male or female, the big daddy provider role or big mummy provider role. There's somebody that goes out and works. They want this, it's got to be based on love is what I'm trying to say. This person knows, this has got a kind of fit, this is a really strange story, and I don't tell many stories anymore. But my brother, nobody can ever fancy my brother. I just can't see it at all. He's a good-looking man. He's a couple of years older than me. And when we used to work together, he was like getting himself high up in the company. And all of a sudden, he started to become attractive to females. And I could see girls, because I was in work with him, falling for him, thinking, that's my brother. But the higher up he got, the more attractive he became. This won't do for your person. Your person wants to be loved for who they are and the comfort and the emotional security they provide, rather than the financial security. And this is a really strong message in this. So I don't know whether they've had a relationship before where they felt that and it's not felt right. Why the Eight of Wands though? Eight of Wands, Page of Swords, children again, possibly here. They're after children, so I don't know, how old you are, but this person may be in, well, it's strong in here. Six of Cups, the Sun card, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, the Page of Cups. It smells of children. I sound like an oaf, don't I? It smells of children. This person wants a family. If they're past childbearing age, or if you're past childbearing age, they want to feel like a unit. Threes, threes, threes. Everything balanced. Yep. This has got a lovely feeling of somebody that knows their own mind, somebody who knows where they're coming from. The King of Swords is looking this way over the whole spread. This person may be Aquarius or have Aquarius quite prominent in them, where they're quite good at seeing big pictures and understanding. You've got the Ace of Swords, which took me to these cards here, where this person is aware, without knowing of course, that their consciousness, is that the correct word, is on a journey, and it's going from what I guess is this here, where they've provided and they've worked and they've been driven and successful, and they've, I can't think of the past tense for, no, I can't even say it. I'm not even going to even make that funny. They've been successful is what I'm going to say, and now they want what can emotionally successful. They've done it. They've had enough of it, and they're looking for a connection. And the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords with the Two of Cups here is like they can see straight through people. I'm thinking of, my brother again. Yeah, I could see that. I could see what was going on. Nobody in the world could find my brother attractive. It's a nice feeling. It's not got a undercurrent of somebody trying to catch somebody out, or somebody who feels that there's something wrong. It's just somebody's drive. Right, so let's translate this to you. So what would they like to happen between the pair of you? They want to connect with you in a way that feels genuine. They don't want to feel defensive. They don't want to feel like they take on the role, and they want an equal relationship. They don't want to take on the role of provider or the person who takes responsibility for everything. Oh my gosh, my dog's coming in. They want to feel connected, and they want to feel stable, and they want to feel that love is shared. And there's a very strong feeling here that they're looking for family. And if it's not children, which is very strong in here, to be honest, they're looking for a family unit. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, pile number 2, because that's it. That's it. And if I carry on, I'll probably be bumbling even more. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for sharing your time with me. Bye. Bye. Pile number 3. I don't know as yet, but I can tell you what I'm thinking. I think I start it all with the same thing. It's because it's not formulated in my mind, and sometimes it comes together as I'm talking. The snippets that I've got already is thoughts that may change. This person has daddy issues, or family issues in some way. Could have been mum, could have been dad. Perhaps the more dominant parent was very congenial on the outside, but inside was a bit of a terror in some way. Somebody who has Libra, Cancer on the outside, like ascendant, the energy that they give out, but inside may have, like in the 12th house, Pluto conjunct Mars, because you've got feelings here of things rumbling below the surface. So I'm trying to translate this to what do they want to happen between you two. You've got here the Two of Cups. They want a connection that feels equal, no playing, no games. You've got here behind you the Shadow Self with the Hierophant and the Tower card here. This person has a very well developed antennae for trouble, abuse, danger, people that use, I'm not saying this is you, I'm just saying what they probably may project out very quickly too soon. And they expect relationships to be difficult. What they really want and why this person holds their own with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups here is they want an equal relationship that is open and caring and loving. And as you move on, I can see it out the corner of my eye, to be honest. The expansion card with the snake shedding its skin. And yeah, these are two snakes here in the centre anyhow. This person wants to move away from, I guess, some sort of parental issue that is embedded in them and move on to a relationship where they don't have to put up a front or hide part of themselves. They want to eventually be able to confess their turmoil. I don't know a better way to put that. And what they're looking for from you is somebody who don't take this the wrong way. And, you know, I'm going to say they want patience because of this card in the centre with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. But, you know, please don't take this. Or, you know, what I'm trying to say is that if you're not getting anything from this person at all and they're not treating you well, then basically keep away. So I don't want people to wait for things when it says patience, but this person may, if you give them space rather than, you know, want to be with them, they may come to you in a way that is more developed eventually, more mature, less fighty and more open, for a more open relationship. There is a feeling here as well that this person, by you trusting them and giving them that space, allows them to, it brings the best out of them. I get a feeling here, because of the Hierophant and the Tower card and the Shadow Self and the Three of Swords at the beginning, if this person's pushed, they will run the other way. They're expecting things to be difficult. They've got almost, I was going to say their shoes on. I was only going to say that because I stayed in what was supposed to be a haunted house. I don't think it really was. And me and my friend were in the attic, so we couldn't get down the stairs really quickly. So we slept with our trainers on. Keep your shoes on. It's that feeling of not feeling, that is a really silly story, of not feeling confident enough to go to bed with nothing on. To be nude. So this will be a gradual nudifying, coming out with no clothes on. But you will get the Queen of Cups at the end of it. So what would this person like to happen? They want you to be straight and not play games. They want you to be kind. They want you to be open. They want you to not rehash the family dynamics that hurt when they were young, I guess, from these cards here, which are before the central pile. And that's what they're looking out for. If they smell, and I said this in pile number 2 for a different reason, their biggest fear is you becoming what their parents did to them, or their mother or their father did to them. And I guess that, I don't know what happened. Maybe their parents were very driven, because you've got the midheaven, career achievements, public image, aspirations and status here. But you've got here the Libra card with it, where it was all packaged in a very charming way to the outside world, but inside at home things were difficult. And your person doesn't want polished. They want genuine affection. You've got 2 cup cards in the centre here. They don't want a false front. They want somebody who can be themselves and connect emotionally. This isn't somebody that is looking for, fantastic can't think of a different word, but they don't want somebody with a fantastic outside appearance but with nothing inside. This person would rather have your inner guts and your ability to stand back and let life be, rather than somebody who was pushy and absolutely magnificent looking. I can't think of a better way to put that, but that's what I'm trying to say. They want somebody genuine who they can attach to, connect to, and give freely to without fear of going back to this sort of conundrum that happened, I guess, in their youth or childhood here. So they want time to allow the relationship to develop, excuse me. You've got the expansion card here and the Queen of Cups. So I guess this person learns how to give. It's like this to me feels like bringing a kitten home. And when you first have a kitten, they hide in the cupboards and they just spit at you. So I don't know whether your person is a bit spiky, and maybe with other people, maybe not with you, because these are sweet cards in the centre here. Whether you know that they have a temper, or whether when they're challenged, they rise to it very quickly or a bit too forcefully at times. But with these cards here, with regards to what they want from you, is they want a connection that doesn't include any of that. Because that, I guess, was that sweet, polished, not sweet, polished. Your person may have a Libra moon, where they were the one that carried the can for a difficult family relationship. They wanted everything to be balanced. And so they're looking for that balance with you, that Libra feeling of the two scales, really. And these two cups here, the Libra here, being part of their family, but maybe embedded in their moon. And so that they can connect you in a way that feels what are Libra looking for? Peaceful. But not aesthetically focused. Those are the words there, and I don't think that's what they're looking for. Okay, so you've got here defensive with regards to Ace of Swords. I don't think this person's ever going to leave behind totally their feeling of, it's still going to be, let's just say it's something in their chart, it's always going to be there, but with the Queen of Cups, this person learns how to love above it rather than that to rule their lives. They can give and they can nurture people. You've got lots of cup cards in important positions here. So, moving on. It's not going to be easy. I feel that it's not going to be easy here because a decision may have to be made to move this forward here, because you've got twos here, you've got two there, you've got somebody who feels like you are good for them, but you've got the Three of Swords here. So why the Three of Swords at the end? Twice, actually. Okay. Yeah, this is difficult to say, pile three. Please don't translate this as I want you to go through anything or put up with anything that is, I would say don't do it. You know, if somebody is funny with you, if somebody's not giving you love, if somebody's, you know, even if you don't think they're playing games with you, if they're not there for you, they're not there for you, and take it as that. But this person is almost going to have, I think, going to go through a transition, a breakdown, a big argument before it moves forward. And I think that you could be part and parcel of this, but it's like reining back to their childhood. Your job isn't to understand their childhood. Your job is to understand your own childhood and be an example more than be somebody's punch bag. I'm not saying you're going to be their punch bag at all, but I think that you will have to almost go through a period of connection and transition before it moves forward on what I would say like a new reel or a new fresh start. So what would they like from you? With saying all that, this is really difficult, because I feel that people are going to comment, and I would as well. I don't actually comment very often. If I do, I only put nice things. I think grumpy things inside my head sometimes, but I can't see the point really in putting those down. It's not going to be helpful. What would they like to happen between you two? They want you to love them. They want you to be a soulmate, somebody who's equal to them, somebody that can feel where they've come from and allow them to transition to something better, to be able to give them a different perspective. And the Ace of Swords is quite nice here. It's like you're the inspiration. Even if they are a bit grizzly at times, I would suggest pull out. You're not going to inspire this person by battling on these grounds, because you hopefully, with the Ace of Swords here, are above that, and it's almost like you allow them to be more. And it's not going to be easy with the Fool card here. Not, sorry, the Three of Swords next to the Fool. It's the Three of Swords next to the Fool is like breaking your leg before you jump into a new life. It's like something difficult happening before, then it's got to mend, and then you can move. This has got to be broken with the Tower, the Hierophant, and the Shadow Self, and the Three of Swords before you can get to the Fool card here, because that basically sits Three of Swords. They both sit together, but you've got the Fool on top of that. It's like before a new beginning can sprout, they've got to feel loved, but not at your expense, is probably what I'm trying to say all the way through. It's not at your expense at all. I'm going to say expense. Okay, so pile number 3, what I've got here, what would they like to happen between the pair of you? They want you to be around, to love them, to be kind, to be an inspiration, to be loving all over this with the Queen of Cups and all these cup cards here, and to be patient with regard to them going through what I guess is probably a difficult period in their life. But it's like you could be there for a new start. But I'm going to say this once more. Look after yourself first. Because if this person has a difficult childhood, you're better off showing them how to act rather than getting involved in their maybe dramas here. And I'm not saying this is a bad drama. They could be having difficulties at home anyway. So that's why I've got pile number 3. I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you can get something out of that. All these 3 piles have been rather confusing to me, but I'm going to keep them going just in case somebody gets something from it, even though they don't make sense to me sometimes. I'm going to go bye.